So we have here two Bibles in really, really beautiful leather. And I had someone who was looking at a review I did of this Bible recently who wanted to see how these two leathers are in comparison to each other. They thought that this leather would be a lot like this one here. So this one on the right is the ESV Bible, the English Standard Version, Heirloom Bible, Heritage Edition, in Horween leather, brown. So this is what's called Horween leather. It's from the Horween Leather Company in Chicago. And on the left here, we have the Concord Reference Bible from Cambridge. And this is a marbled mahogany calfskin leather. So as far as similarities, they're both very, very high quality leathers. I would say they're both beautiful leather, both brown. There's a little difference in style here. You can see the one on the left is actually a full yap leather cover and has a tooled line inside of perimeter stitching on the edge. This Horween leather ESV does have perimeter stitching, but no tooled line, and it's just a semi-yap. Not too much of a yap there. They are both very sturdy feeling leather. I would say you just kind of feel both of these have a little bit of a stiffer feel, but definitely a hefty, strong feel to them, which is really nice. Now this calfskin, as you can see here, has really, it's called marbled mahogany. So it definitely has a varied pattern to it. You see a lot of different darker and brighter hues in there in the grain pattern. And you can see there it does have some texture to it, although it does feel pretty smooth, but you can see the grain there in the leather. And just depending on the angle that the light is hitting it, you just see different colors coming out. Really, really beautiful. The Horween leather that I have here, I would say overall is a little plainer in terms of the different hues. It's really more single colored. It does also have some grain to it, but is very smooth overall. And so I would say as far as just cosmetics, I mean, it just depends on what you prefer. They're both very, very nice looking. As far as the smell of these, this leather here just kind of smells nice. This leather here really has a strong leather smell from what I can tell. It really kind of stands out, has a really great smell. Inside, they're both edge-line construction and no gilt line, no gold on the inside here. This one does say it is a calfskin leather for the cover. This one doesn't have anything printed in there. As far as the liners themselves, they actually feel very similar to me. One other thing I will say about this leather, the Horween, is that people have said it does really show its markings over time. And so if you're holding it a lot, it's really going to change in its color. So even though right now it looks more plain than this marbled mahogany, this leather, from everything I've heard, is actually going to develop character over time. It's going to age really nicely. This one, though, is, I think, going to have more of a uniform look to it over time. In other words, it's not going to change as much over time as the Horween leather. But both are beautiful leathers. Both are very sturdy, hefty feeling leather. I would say in terms of thickness, they feel very similar. Now, I wasn't planning to do a total comparison of both of these Bibles, but I know you're probably curious looking at the inside here of both of these. And you can see actually this Bible is a little bit larger. The ESV is a little bit larger. It is a single column Bible, so it is going to be thicker. But they're both beautifully printed. The Concord is a reference Bible with center column references. This is a King James Version. It's in verse-by-verse format throughout. You can see the ESV here is paragraph style. Very nice line spacing and line matching in the printing. And I believe both were printed in the Netherlands. Done absolutely wonderfully. Both have some of those nice extra features. Nice ribbons. I know people complain about the ESV ribbons, but they are multicolored in both of these editions. And the page edges are gold with another color underneath the gold. So not really a super thorough look at both of these Bibles, but that does give you a comparison of generally how they look, and especially the different leathers that you're looking at here. Let me also show you the spine difference. You see the KJV Concord has that gold on the spine there, whereas the ESV is just a blind stamping. Both do have raised hubs though, and I would say both look fabulous. I really am so grateful that I have the opportunity to be able to look at these kinds of Bibles and review them for you and talk about them. I'd love to hear if you have any questions or comments. Feel free to leave that in the comments section. But thank you so much for taking a look at these two Bibles with me from A Frisch Perspective.